Hey, what is up? I'm Agoraphobe. Welcome. This is week two of our Italian 3 month, pretty much a binge of Italian horror and giallo. This being week two of Lucio Fulci marathon, six in a row. The first one we seen last week was Zombie. Now we're going to start the Gates of Hell trilogy. Starting off with City of Living Dead, aka the Gates of Hell. How's everyone doing? Sorry it took me a minute. Since I got to turn this down, I couldn't find on any of my Blu-rays. I could not find where there was any subtitles, and I'd like to be able to see some subtitles, see what because I can't really hear it real good. So I ended up having to ditch that and go, and I'm streaming it on Prime. So rarely do I stream when I do a watch along, but this time I am. Um, it is on Tubi, it is on Pluto, it is on Vudu, it is on Prime. Anyone can hook up with this. If you got streaming, you can watch Fulci City of the Living Dead. City of the Living Dead is interesting, man. It's got screenplay written by Giordano Sacchetti. And if you know anything about him in Italian horror, you know he worked for Martino, he worked with Bava, he worked with Argento, he worked with Fulci. I mean, here's some of the movies that he did screenplay writing on. I mean, in this screenplay, directors talk about that the first layer of a film is the screenplay. If the screenplay is weak, you don't got a film. So, okay, this dude that wrote this and all. Now, listen to what all this guy that I'm talking about did. I'm always talking about the X factor in a film. This guy's it for Italian horror. Zombie, Sea Living Dead, House by the Cemetery, The Beyond, New York Ripper, Manhattan Baby, Bird of Crystal Plumage, Cat o' Nine Tails, Inferno, Demons, Demons 2, Bay of Blood. That guy had a hand in the screenplay writing of all of those films. So that pretty much shows you what's up. Here's the comments over here. See if we got anybody saying anything. What is up, Sean? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And there's so many theories with this film. Ryan, will you bring me that paper that I wrote that I was writing some of that theory on there? Because I got some written here, but I got some written there too. Please. But this guy worked with I just can't get over it. He worked with Martino, Lamberto Baffa, Mario Baffa, Umberto Lenzi, Ruggero Diodato. This guy, yeah. I got trivia. I got all kinds of stuff here. I'm trying to get myself back together here because I was really thrown off. I cannot believe none of these top-notch boutique Blu-rays and shit had subtitles on them. I was like, what? I mean, look what I got. I got the Arrow window slip. You see, here. Got the Arrow steelbook. No subtitles, man. No subtitles. I was just completely just beside myself. Fucked me up bad. How's it going, Sean? How you feeling, man? Ready to do that Maniac Cop tomorrow night? First of all, did you see the interview and what did you think? If you did see it, what did you think? I feel a little bad. I wish her viewing was a little higher on that. You know what I mean? I sent her a message and apologized. Um, after 3 hours or so, but there was 30 some, but I was hoping it would get her to her 500 subs, and it'd get her a good 80 to 100 views. Oh, you don't know about the interview? Um, Karen from Ocean Chicks um, Films did an interview with me, and she debuted it. She pre-recorded it, and she debuted it tonight. So she has it on her channel. It's like a 35, 40 minute long interview with me. stuff like that. It's got somewhere between 30 and 40 views right now. She released it about 7 or 8 o'clock, so I mean it's not doing too bad. But I wanted to get her over that 500, and I wanted it to have buku amounts of views for her, because she was nice enough to do that. So I wanted to kick ass. Maybe it'll pick up. My shit has a way of starting out slow, and then next thing you know, boom. So you know what I mean. Hopefully it gets over 500. She's like 3 away from 500. I'm 5 away from 300. Five. So I'm gonna bust some ass the next few days. See if I can't get over that. I picked up a couple of things today that I'm not sure what kind of a contest I'm gonna run for that 300. When I break that 300, but I'm running some kind of a contest, and I'm gonna be giving. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna be giving away, but I'm going to be giving away one of them to whoever wins the contest. So that's going to be my 300 contest. I'll let everybody know when I figure out what it's going to be. I think it might maybe a trivia thing or something. But anyway, yeah. What did you think of the new segue into the intro here? In case you didn't see it here, I'll show you again to anybody who didn't see that. I don't know if you've seen the other one, but this is what it looks like. That I worked on that. I busted my ass working on that earlier. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Ninja? How you doing, man? Yeah, since this, I mean, these movies are pretty easy, and I do believe the Beyond, which is part two of the Gates of Hell trilogy, then House by the Cemetery. It's kind of a loosely based, but we'll just say that it is. Um, I think they're all pretty much easy to get a hold of. So if you don't have the physical copies, they're easy to watch. And if you haven't seen them, check them out. And those of you who have not seen City of the Living Dead, don't expect to completely understand it. No matter how many times you watch it, don't expect to completely understand this film, because this film was written. Um, let me see. I was checking out earlier, and my son and I were discussing it. And it basically boils down to Ryan. These guys headphones on, but anyway, yeah, it just basically boils down to religion, and like I don't know why the the priest hangs himself and all that kind of stuff. If Sean, if you guys know exactly why that happens, um, I think he's kind of sacrificing himself. But when he does, he releases. You know what I mean? He opens up the gates to hell, basically. So a lot of people call these zombies. They're not zombies. I mean, these fuckers teleport, and I've never seen a zombie teleport before. So I mean, you know what I mean? So it's like these are more like fucking demons. This is definitely more on the paranormal side than it is the zombie side. But if everybody around here is ready, let me know. Hey, what's going on, Waffles? Thanks for coming by, man. Was you aware of the interview? Because I got could explain why the because Sean wasn't aware of the interview that I did for Ocean Chick Film. Oh well, yeah, I did an interview for Ocean Chick Films, man, for Karen for Ocean Chick Films, man. A 35-40 minute interview with her, and yeah, go over and check it out, man. It's a really good interview. She does a really great job. If you're not subbed to her, give her that sub. She's only 3 away from 500, man. See if you can get over that hump. She's 3 away from five. I'm 5 away from three. So, but yeah, she did a really great job, man. She got all candid with me and shit. She even tried to get me on a rant a couple of times. You guys know that's not too hard to do. All you gotta do is bring up some dumb shit. But if you guys are ready for Fulci's part one of his Gates of Hell trilogy, give me that thumbs up, and we'll get the countdown going here, and we'll get to watching it, man. Christopher George in this, man, and you know who Christopher George is. You know, you of course know who his wife is. They were they were both in pieces. You know, she's got the familiar. She's the one that's completely appalled by that one girl. That one of the last girls that's killed out by the tennis court. Those bastards, lousy bastards, bastard. Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's go, man. Five, four, three, two, one. And it starts right to look out with a scream, man. It's fantastic. Music's really good in this one too, man. The dude that did the score is the same dude that did the score in Zombie. It's Fabio Frizzi, and he also, I guess, he also helps work on the music on Kill Bill Volume One. So that's pretty fucking cool. That's something I did not know. You got a who's who of a crew here. Cinematographer Sugio Salvati worked started his career working for Sergio Leone and worked on The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. He also worked on Puppet Master in 1989. So I mean, you know, that's the cinematographer. And you got dude who did the score. I just told you a minute ago. He did, you know, parts of Kill Bill and he did Zombie. And then you got the fucker with the screenplay. Wrote damn near every great, you know, or 70% of the great Italian films that were put out in the 70s. So this is good shit, man. And this and the stars Catriona. I'm a big fan of Catriona. Soul that finds eternity shall soon death. Dweller of twilight void come. Like, what's he trying? Like, is he trying? I mean, just imagine having a guts in your mouth. Yeah, yeah. Like, is he trying to open up the gates to hell, or is he trying to keep them shut? I mean, what the hell is this priest trying to accomplish, man? What the fuck is he doing, brother? You know what I'm saying? Okay, I need to figure out. I'm using a different thing here for this one, so you know, I'm about 245 in right now. Oh, here it is. Here's the info button. Yeah, about 3 minutes in, man. I know is Mary, played by Catriona McCall. She's like a psychic, you know, medium and shit, and she sees him hanging himself, right? So, yeah, yeah. So that's why he kills himself because he doesn't want to well, the zombie slash demon outbreak, basically, man, because they're more than zombies. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that 4K, that Cauldron 4K. I missed that pre-order, man. I think demons fucking. I thought because you know these fuckers teleport and shit. I think demons kind of possess the bodies of the dead. So I don't think they're. I mean, they're zombies, but I think these are possessed zombies. You know what I mean? Because this is a supernatural story, bro. You didn't see the start of the stream. For some reason the chat was working. Start of the stream. Okay. Well, we are at yeah. I'm at about 4:45. So I'm about 5 minutes in. So because Dunwich is where they end up. But yeah, supposedly she died of fright. Oh hell yeah, it does. Hell, it looks great through streaming through Prime, man. I mean, even you see, I I couldn't. None of my copies, man. None of my copies had fucking had had subtitles, so I had to stream it. And that, I mean, that fucking sucks. But since I have to turn mine down so I don't get a flag, I have to know exactly what it is they're saying, right? This cop. Maybe I got no imagination, but your story is a little tough to swallow. Well, it's killed her then, genius. That dude just sitting there, you just like, look. Yeah, that's right. You guys need me to hold up on you a little bit? You guys need me to wait a minute? Yeah. Yeah, I never did. I never get the Blue Underground version of Sailing Dead. I got Blue Underground, all of his others, but not Sailing Dead. Got several arrows. For some reason, they didn't put the fucking. I mean, I've never known of Arrow not putting a subtitle on a disc. Never. Yeah. I don't get all 4Ks, but certain things. Like for instance, uh, lots of times Blu-ray is better than 4K. Like when I got the 4K, the Screen Factory 4K for Black Christmas, I prefer the way that the old Blu-ray looks. The one they put out here 3 or 4 years ago. I prefer that over 4K. I think it looks better. Sometimes, sometimes you get a better scan on the Blu-ray than you do on an actual 4K. Ah, got closer here, so I'm gonna reach across the room and shit. Now, am I pixeling up or anything? Because I had to turn down the brightness because it kept fucking with my camera. It kept making it flash up real bright white. As long as I'm not pixeling up, we're all good. Yeah, 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 yeah. And that one black dude was there. He said, "So he's like, so you trying to tell me, blah blah blah." A black dude sitting there, and he's like, "Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you." I mean, when I first seen this was the last one actually that I seen of the trilogy, and out of Zombie and I saw some Cherry and Beyond and all that. So I was shitty as fuck when Catriona McCall died right away like that. I was like, fuck. Now I'm to the part where they're showing Bob, and Bob's out here, and there's like a sand wind storm going on. He's going to go in the house. Are you guys close to there? Because I was getting ready to talk about Bob. Bob, He's a dude that played in House House of the Edge at the Edge of the Park with David Hess. Interesting character he plays in there. Of course, an interesting character he plays in it. No pixelization. That's awesome. He always plays this weirdo, man. It's what's the name? Lombardo, Giovanni Lombardo. He's all excited about this blow up doll. He's digging it. He's like, oh yeah, baby, we're on a date tonight. Reached up and pinched his nipples and shit. Ooh, they said this was banned in Germany for like 20 years or so. Certain parts, certain cuts of this film was banned. This this scene right here is probably definitely one of them. I would definitely say. There he is, Christopher George in his Brady Bunch mobile. This motherfucker, Christopher George. Oh my God, man! This guy has been in so many films. He was in The Exterminator. That's a good film. Lombardo's still acting. Damn. Christopher George, man, he was in Grizzly, Grizzly 2, Day of the Animals, Pieces. Pieces is fucking fantastic. The Exterminator, that's a good show. If anyone's seen that, that's a good revenge film. Mortuary, of course, he was in that with his wife. He was in Pieces with his wife, Linda Day George. He was in Graduation Day. This guy, been around. He was in two or three movies with John Wayne, Christopher George was. Bartow's still around, huh? Back then, they always planned, they didn't plan this bumbling fuck up, because remember, House at the Edge of the Park was Italian made too, if I remember correctly. I haven't seen it in several years, but I have it because I am a David Hess fan. So there's a lot more than zombies going on here. Big movies. Need a cigar or something? Yeah, he's got those old school guys. Especially once they started doing horror, lower budget horror stuff, you know, they always have like this little, you know what I mean? Like they was talking about um what's his name from Creep Show, Leslie Nielsen. They was talking about him. He would fuck with the younger people. You know what I mean? Like he would like make like a farting noise or some bullshit. I don't remember what the story was, but it was something about a fart. I'll look up that story. And he had this little thing in his hand that made like a farting noise, and he had and they didn't know what to say. They because it was Leslie Nielsen. Christopher George was cool, man. His wife is absolutely fantastic. That bastard will stand the test of time. She overacts that just the perfect amount. It brings a smile on my face all 100 times I've seen it. Me and John Steele did a watch along with that here a few months back. You believe John had not seen Pieces, or if he had, he didn't remember it because he ended up fucking loving. I told him he would, man. Pieces is a kick-ass slasher. It's a giallo slasher. The killer looks like, you know what I mean, and it's got that mystery, that suspense like a giallo, but the kills are more like a slash. It's made, you know, it's Spanish made. I do believe, yeah. Now we need to get introduced to this guy, Jerry or whatever his name is. I think it's Jerry. So you got a psychic, you got a newspaper man, now you got like a psychologist. Around release one of those. Yep, yep, yeah, yep. It was like Cauldron grabbed it, man. Cauldron grabbed it and did the 4 count. Which I don't know too much about Cauldron. I mean I know a little bit, but I haven't really, you know, I got a couple, maybe a couple of Cauldron. They seem to be cool, but I'd much rather Blue Underground do. Blue Underground revolutionized the 4K for the horror, you know, the low budget 4K films. Bill Bill Lustig did a great favor for everybody. He's the first one to start whipping those out like that, like crazy, like that. He's kind of like a trendsetter, man. He does something, and even the bigger boutiques, man, like you know, like Arrow and them, they follow his lead. The Lustig, of course, man who brought us Maniac. Yeah, I was really impressed with the 4K that they did on the House of the Cemetery, Dead and Buried. The Maniac is great. New York Ripper looks great. Zombie, of course, man. Daughters of Darkness. They're all good. You'll never see those recall films with them. The reason it happens with Arrow and Scream Factory is they try to put too much out at once. They're just sitting over the skeleton munching on one. I was really happy with that Exorcist the other day. That Exorcist was a good scream. That was a really good scream, man. I had a great time with that. I must say that that was a very, very good job done. And you guys were fantastic. See, when we play off each other, man, we kick some ass. Yeah, if you guys have a sub to Karen from Ocean Chicks Films, man, go over and check out the interview and give her a sub and give it a like and all that. She deserves it, man. She's been busting her ass here. I just met her not too long ago, so I don't know what she did beforehand. She's really putting a lot of passion, a lot of heart into it, and she puts on a damn good interview. She's free, you know what I mean? And that's the hardest is when you're 3 away from your goal or 5 like I am. It doesn't seem like you can ever get over that hump. course, the goal never ends, so it does. You get to a goal, and then you set another goal, and then you get that goal, and then you set another. Yeah, it's like stop saving me. Stop saving me. Okay, stop. It's fantastic though. It's one of the high points. Why did they bury? Why didn't they? I mean, it's definitely an age where it was definitely law to embalm somebody. Why isn't she embalmed? If she'd been embalmed, she'd been bucked. Instead, she gets buried alive, which is absolutely oh man, that is my biggest fear. Anything with being buried alive like that, when you can't get out and you get to know the whole time, the whole several hours that you can still breathe, that you can't get out and you're gonna die in there. Oh man, is that blonde dude from Cannibal Holocaust? It sure as fuck looks like him. Yeah, right, he's smart ass. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I explained this was the first review that I ever did on another channel was this movie, The Sea Living Dead, and I was over on Night Watch Zone. It was me and Knight and Killian and Torian, and we were discussing it, and they were trying to make sense of it, and I was like, guys, the thing about Italian horror, especially like when you talk about the Fulci type Italian horror, is you have to experience. It's more of an experience. You know what I mean? Italian horror is an experience. You have to experience it. You don't really understand it as much as you just experience it, and that's really the only way that I could think of to describe it to them. It's not going to make the same sense as something from it's not going to explain every little thing. It's not going to tell you every little detail because you got to experience it, not less thinking and more watching. Just watch and experience it rather than thinking about it. Right? I think pretty much hit it around the head. She's like, "Fuck, get me the fuck out of here." See, if this was American made, they would have explained. They would have given you some big explanation of why she wasn't involved, or whatever. Because this is New York City, right? This is something like that. It's New York or some shit, right? That they're in right now. He's like, what the hell? I just hear some shit. And he's like, nah, nah, I didn't hear nothing. Nah, I ain't, nah, I ain't hear nothing. And then she just loses it. Ah, get me the fuck out of here. Check out the look on his face. He's like, oh my God. No shit. Luckily, those fuckers got lazy and didn't finish burying her. They're gonna go out and film some cannibalism and shit. But blam! Almost hit her right in the face. He's saving her by putting the pickaxe through the middle of her fucking forehead. Ah! At this point, she's thinking, stop saving me. Oh, yeah? Very cool. Same one as Maniac 2, huh? Very cool, very cool. She's fucking losing it. She's just like, stop. Quit doing that. You're gonna fucking kill me. That blows your mind, wouldn't it? You go to a funeral and shit, and then just a few hours later, she's sitting there bullshitting with you there on the couch. That fuck you up real bad. Face mouth self. The man who search for blood is never satiated. Mary texture. She's the lucky one that gets to see all the shit. Hell yeah. They stuck it on water. Yeah. Well, hell yeah. And then you got this fucker that's swinging the pickaxe and it's in your, I mean, it's coming like, right in your face. This side, the first time it came like right here. So, that's what I was saying. She's thinking, stop helping me. Please stop saving me. Don't save me anymore. That woman's creepy looking. Try to check it. Midnight on Monday, we go to All Saints Day. The night of the dead begins. Doors of hell they'll be shut before the body will ever be able to rest. So the dead will rise up. Got good. Nice cinematography. You can definitely tell that fucker. Yeah, you definitely tell that. Yeah, that same fucker I was talking about that worked for Sergio Leone on The Good, Bad, the Ugly, and some of his films back in the day. And like I said, he also did the original Puppet Master in 1989. So that's some trivia for those of you who didn't know that. Sergio Solano. There's some big guns in this, man. There's some big guns making this film. All the way from the score to the screenplay writer to the fucking cinematography. Shit, the director. There he is. He's looking bad. He ain't looked right since he's seen that baby in that house, man. Being buried alive is the worst. Stuck in open water, you, you're gonna die faster. You know what I mean? Once you start drowning, it's over quicker. Being buried alive like that, where you're in like a coffin or whatever, you get hours and hours to consider and sit there and think about how you're gonna die. Yeah. Yeah. A couple of Halloweens ago, this little town that I live in, they played this little theater they have here. They played some shit that I had never seen on the big screen before. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original Chainsaw Massacre, I had never seen on a big screen. Like I said, like 3 Halloweens ago, they played it during that October. They also played the original 1978 Halloween. I had never seen it on the big screen, so I was really happy about that. That was really cool. That's very cool. That is very cool. I am so jacked about Evil Dead Rise, man. If in case you guys didn't see my post on Instagram that I was talking about, finally gonna get some real horror. You know what I mean? Finally get some real horror, some real mainstream horror. And the Evil Dead, is mainstream, but it's finally gonna get some mainstream real horror. It's made more for the horror than it is the dollar sign. What's lurking in the water? Yeah, that's true. Something shocking around though. Yeah, you'd be better off. Like that movie, Open Water, that found footage. Yeah, yeah, it's anywhere near as good as the remake. Man, that trailer, man. I think this one's been made right. It's been made right. I'm telling you, I can just feel it. I can just feel it. It's gonna be badass, man. I don't necessarily think that it's made in the world of the original trilogy or the remake. I think this just kind of just you know this is just some poor soul that just come across and found the fucking and found the book. What I'm gathering from it is that she's off um camping and shit, off swimming and camping and off, in the woods, and somehow they come across it, and she brings it back, or somebody brings it back somehow, because you know when she rips the scalp off that chick, you know that was a whole other chick, I do believe, and I think that chick brings it to the sister. um, this chick here always gets her way into the deal. It isn't she the one that gets a knife through the mouth in House of that Cemetery, and she also suffers a fucked up death of the black cat. She has very cute boobs, very 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 nice. I do remember that. I remember seeing it in the Black Cat. It showed quite well. The Black Cat's a really underrated Fulci, man. I like Black Cat. It's one that I want to squeeze in there during my Fulci marathon. Untortured Duckling, Black Cat, New York Ripper. So I may have to go 7 weeks with Fulci. Check out that Brady Bunch mobile, man. That's fantastic. Man, this station wagon. Station wagons, you used to be the shit, I guess. Oh, check out the Corvette. I think a Stingray. Maybe. Couldn't tell there was too much fog. There's Fulci. He's playing Dr. Joe Thompson. Black Cat's a good one, man. That cat's a motherfucker, man. He fucking climbs the shit, turns knobs and everything. And that's really good effects, man. They do some good shit in that. Really nice effects in that. Nice physical effects. That cat, that cat does not fuck around. Yeah. But, I wanted to get the black cat. Yeah, yeah, it's got yeah, and it stars well, one of the stars is Patrick McGee. It's in the Clockwork Orange, and he's also in the final story. I think it's the final story of the original Tales from the Crypt movie. Patrick McGee's real good. I love his role in Clockwork Orange. But I remember in the Tales from the Crypt movie, he plays the blind guy. I remember it's in a blind type film. The timestamp was almost 36 minutes. That woman's creepy as fuck looking, man. That woman in that casket, she is scary looking. Something about her, I don't know. Next Monday, of course, will be part two. I'm doing them in order, so it'll be part two of the Gates of Hell trilogy, which was the Beyond. This guy here that's doing the makeup and shit on her, doesn't he remind you of the dude from, I think it's Phantasm 2? It's either Phantasm 2 or 3 that's doing the makeup. He just got that bluish look to him, doesn't he? Check him out, the guy that's putting on the makeup. It's either Phantasm 2 or 3. He looks like that guy. Had to walk the dog. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, this barkeep here just fucking this wall of shit busts open and shit. He though they he's bitching about the renovations and shit. They're talking about Bob. Poor Bob, man. Yeah, he does remind you of yeah, yeah. They got that blue look. Yeah, just like it, man. Makes you wonder if Coscarelli was a little inspired by that. You know what I mean? Probably not. It probably just happened by chance, but I don't know, man. That is awful. It is awful close. It really is. Just Bob, he just keeps doing this fucking dumb shit, man. Was he going back to get the blow up doll, or does he want to see that gruesome shit again? I mean, I don't understand. Or does he just had nothing better to do? That fucked him up. He wasn't expecting that shit. That's not a blow up doll or the decaying infant, is it? You know, get the fuck out of the house, you dumb ass, and stop going. I'm hungry. He's like, there's a lollipop in the glove box. He's like, no, I'm hungry. See, here she gets all cute with him. See, she's gonna get all cute with him and talk him into take her to get something to eat. Cause she is cute. See, she giving the eyes. I'm hungry. See, she giving the eyes. You can't say no to that. See, she got talked into it. She's doing it. Who's We have less than 48 hours for All Saints Day. She's like, but I'm hungry. See, and she got that great British accent. You know what I mean? So it just works. She's still alive too. She's like 68. She still does shit here and there. Catriona does. She suffers a horrible fucking fate in Zombie. He's definitely he's always mentally challenged. Lombardo. I mean, you're in House by the Edge of the Park. Plays a lot of the same role, really. He's a lot the same, man. He's just kind of this bumbling fucking idiot. But this fucking thief, man. That shit actually goes on too, and a lot worse. I hate to think all the shit that goes on in these funeral parlors, man. We Over the years we've heard about a lot of it, but I guarantee you we haven't heard. It's went a lot deeper for a lot longer than what we know about. There's some sick motherfuckers in there. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard, but tomorrow night at 10 o'clock, I'm gonna be doing I'm gonna be joining up with Karen from Ocean Chicks Films, and we're gonna be doing the Lost Boys. So I I I threw out 2 or 3 suggestions to her, and she said Lost Boys. I said, all right. I haven't done Lost Boys before. I've done like 70 of these, and I have never done a vampire film yet. It's just bread and butter. Yeah, yeah. Oh, hell yeah, it is. Can't go wrong. No, can't go wrong with Lost Boys, man. Nope. And the way I figured it was, if that don't get her over her five, what I'm trying to do is bring my is try is I'm trying to bring my subs, and my chat, and my people, follow me, and hook them up with her to. you know, team up, see if we can't help each other out, And then Wednesday, I'll be with you doing Maniac Cop. And then Thursday, I will be with my son and we'll be doing our Film for Thought show. And we'll be doing the Black Coats Dark. It's basically our A24 show. Cool, cool. Yeah, last time I was at her channel, we was doing Stigmata. So I've only known her maybe a month. She met me and asked me to do that. And, she just joined my chat one night and we talked. I mean, you guys were there. Um, and she invited me to do Stigmata. And after we did Stigmata, she said, hey, if you're interested in, I'd like to do an interview with you. Would you be interested? And I was like, you want to do an interview with me? Like, hell yeah. That's 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 pretty cool. I hope she's not disappointed with, I hope it gets good numbers so she's not disappointed. Wouldn't want to disappoint. Which, I mean, it is a damn good interview. I mean, I am an interesting fellow, after all. But you got to watch it to know that. You know what I mean? You got to know me and talk to me and hear me and shit in order to know that. Which means you got to check it out. Odd, but interesting. That's cool. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I remember it took me forever to get to 100, you know. And then I kind of switched up and I started doing these watch alongs and I kind of found my niche, because this is kind of my thing. I think I'm one of the best there is at it, doing commentary, watching the film, and communicating with the chat. And I don't need no script or anything. And no matter what I do, I can add. I just do it with my brain and with my knowledge and all that kind of stuff. So I've never used anything like that. But when it comes to this type of thing here, I don't feel that there's many that can touch me, man. I mean, not I'm not trying to sound obnoxious or nothing. I just, you know what I mean. It's just the one thing that I'm really good at. It took me a minute to find it, and I got my 100, and then I went quick from 100 to like 250. And then the last couple of, then about the last 20 have been a little slower, 20, 30. Did you? What? Something new about me? Yeah, because she got into some questions that I wasn't expecting her to get into. Right, right. Well, she's been working hard, because the way she did start. Remember, she was hooked up with Katie and them, and I think Jamie Hart. Um, and they kind of branched off, and now she's by herself. So she's been working, she's been working hard. You know what I mean? So that could be why. So if she's not following you as close, that could be why. I bust my ass to still try to keep in touch and still try to support everybody else too, while I'm still doing a lot. And shit, I go shit usually at least 4 or 5 days a week, and I still try to keep up with everybody and support everybody. That's true. There is a lot, man. There is a lot. You kind of have to pick and choose. You cannot follow everybody. The horror community is too big. We're only one little tiny spot of this horror community, man. I mean, it goes forever. goes a million. There's probably a fucking million. When you say, I mean, I'm always finding a new fucker that's either been doing horror for a long time or just now joined or everything. And I'm coming up on my 2 year anniversary. I'll be on here 2 years. This coming May 4th will be my 2 year anniversary. All right, man. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. It's hard to do when when you have fuckers like me and like Karen that are well, she doesn't do shit every day now, I don't think. But I'm doing shit like Sunday through Thursday, man. Because it's pretty cool, you know what I mean? It's either on my channel or somewhere else. It's like half of it's on my channel, half of it on other people's channels, which means I'm getting asked to do things on other people's channels, which is a really cool thing. You know, I mean, you can't beat that because when people are asking you to come to their channels, I mean, you can't get any bigger compliment than that. Someone inviting you to their channel, but that's a tremendous compliment. That's cool stuff. Right, right. Yeah. You can't chase them, man. You can't chase them. Relatively quickly. Everyone will follow you for a week or two. You know what I mean? But it's after a month, 2 months. If you're not hearing from them and shit anymore, then obviously they've moved on. You know what I mean? People go in, I don't know, you know, when you first meet another tuber, you get along with them or whatever, you hit off or whatever. Of course, yeah, they're gonna follow you for a couple of weeks, and you're gonna talk, you're gonna sub each other and blah blah this and that. But it's who you're still talking to a couple months down the line or whatever. That's when you know somebody that's truly following you and that you're actually build up a rapport. Yeah, it's what it is, man. But like me and Ninja, man, we've been following each other, following each other's shit, on the reg now for quite a while. It's been several months now, and we still could keep up pretty much every day. So, you know, I, I tried to keep up with people as much as I could, but I found a lot of people that I kept keeping up with weren't keeping up with me anymore. You know, it's like I'm watching their shit, and I kind of find out they ain't watched my shit in weeks. So it's like, what the fuck, man? A lot of people that happened with, a lot of them. And kind of fucks with you because because it makes you think, damn, is my shit any good? You know what I mean? You know, when someone starts following you, it kind of hits you in the ego. You know what I mean? It makes you think, damn, if my shit was all that, they would still be following it, right? Yeah, yeah. That's nice to know that I'm good and personable, man. Hey, I'm just me, man. I'm just me, and this is my favorite shit. See, like I said, I like to keep up with the movie. I like to do the commentary on it. I like to discuss it, and I like to interact with the chat. I love to interact with the chat. There's a mentor of mine. I'm not saying names, but there's a mentor of mine that doesn't feel that it's important to interact with the chat. when you're live and you got chat going because it's more important to interact. Like say I was on here with Ninja. It would be more important for me to interact with Ninja than it would be for me to interact with the chat because the chat's not your guest, right? I completely disagree with that. The chat is your guest. The chat is just as much your guest as your guest is. Your chat, you know what I mean? These are people taking time out of their day to go on your channel and listen to your shit and watch your shit. Then they deserve your attention. That's just how I see it. So I completely disagreed with him with that shit. You know, the chat is important and the chat does deserve interaction because if you let much of your chat just roll by, you lose them. You know, they nobody wants to be fucking ignored. But yeah, but just because they're your mentors doesn't mean that you're going to agree with everything that they believe or vice versa. But yeah, I'm glad you like that, Sean. Yeah, that's bullshit. That pisses me off when that shit happens. Like like they roll right over your comments. You know what I mean? And they keep focusing on the same motherfucker's comments. You know what I mean? And you'll make a comment, and yours will get rolled right over, and they'll go to that same motherfucker every time, or that same two or three people they will interact with. And, you know what I mean? And that's bullshit. And I know a lot of motherfuckers who do that shit. A lot. I got a bad taste in my mouth of a few people in the community. Not that I dislike them or got problems, but no names, but a few people pissed me off real good, offended me, hurt my feelings. Actually, you know what I mean? Oh hell yeah, he does. Hell yeah, he does. Um, if you haven't seen mine and Ninja's watch along of the original 1980 Mother's Day, go, yeah, definitely go check that out, man. That's the one time that we collaborated. You'd think we collaborated more, but no, we only collaborated that one time, and we did Trauma's Mother's Day, and it was pretty good, man. That was still early on in my watch along phase. Me, I don't really do a watch along. I do a watch along slash contrary slash discussion. That's the only way that I can describe it. Yeah, he is right. He is right. Easier said than done, though. Oh, this boy is bald. Oh man, this motherfucker. Damn, man. The straight out first degree cold blooded fucking murder, man. Thing about Ninja is, man, is you never know what he's gonna review. One minute he'll be doing Final Destination. Next minute he'll be doing motherfucking Basket Case. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that's cool as hell. This Basket Case is fucking awesome. I need to do more reviews. I need to do reviews. I should. I do physical media, and I kind of review the film as I'm doing the watch along. I need to actually just review. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've done about everything, man. I've even done the interview thing. I've done about everything. I've reviewed. I've done the deep dive reviews. I've done the watch alongs. I've done the physical media. I've done the NECAs. I've done the posters, fucking shirts, man, everything. No, everything in these 2 years. Damn near. Need to do a collection room again. There's a lot of things I need to fucking do, but I always find myself getting tied up, which is cool because that means people's asking me to join their channels and shit. Which, like I said, you can't get a bigger compliment than that because ain't nobody wants to fuck up, on their channel. You don't invite somebody to your channel that's a dipshit. So it's like I don't get to go to everybody's channel that asks me. I wish I could, but you know, got a 16-year-old son and stuff too. That I like to spend time with him and shit too. Cool, nice hookup. Don't for, but just don't forget. Don't forget to watch some videos, leave some comments and stuff, or YouTube will take your sub away. Why? My problem is I just got with another person or two on there, man. I just my biggest thing is keeping myself from talking on top of motherfuckers because I get carried away sometimes, man. I get to jaw jacking, man. I get to jaw jacking and I just fucking lose it. But yeah, just remember to watch immediately watch you know watch some videos and leave comments. That way they'll keep always remember that, man. Don't ever forget that because YouTube within a day or two will take your sub away if you don't. Dickheads like that. Oh hell yeah. I was a little surprised with this, with Christopher George, and this psychologist guy, this Jerry or whatever. I expected old Christopher to be, last man standing. Of course, Catriona, she's always like, except for in Zombie, she suffered a horrible fate in Zombie. That was awful. Man, what I tried to do with the watch along is I tried. See, I kind of hit that too. So what I did is I decided, and with my gab and my bullshit, I wanted to revolutionize the watch along because watch alongs are so fucking boring, man. You just sit there, it's like, ooh, oh man, oh yeah, oh I love this part. Oh, ooh, it's so boring. So I wanted to revolutionize that shit to where the watch along can be cool, it can be entertaining, and hopefully I've done that. And now maybe other people will follow suit, and we can all have a bunch of entertaining ass watch-alongs going on. Now I'm going to build up my non-horror library a little bit too. There's some other shit I want to do. I want to do watch along slash commentary slash discussion of Rocky 2 at least those two. The Outsiders. There's so much I want to do, and I'm doing this and horror for all. Um, going to be starting to thing. Me and Ninja's going to be doing a thing at the end of the month with Demons and Demons 2. Um, we also discussed another show. He had an idea for for some other stuff that he asked me. They asked me to get involved with. That one of these days we're going to do that. So what I mean. That's the best way to get over that block, man. Is to mix your brain with other guys, mix your brain with other people. Because when you do that, when you start mixing minds, can't help but to come up with fresh shit. People on a panel. See, I still prefer, for the most part, I prefer to do mine by myself. You know what I mean? And I think I carry it well. You know, like just now, like if we wasn't talking, I would be doing full out commentary on this movie and doing it pretty well. You know what I mean? Most people, yeah. I think most people you need 2 or 3 people on a watch along. But I think I do a pretty damn good job carrying it. you know, for what it's worth, I do the best job you possibly can do. Yes, I cannot do I cannot do a panel with more than a couple, two or three, 2 or 3 people on it at the most, or I will completely clam up. I have a social anxiety, and if you get 4 or 5 people on a panel, I just don't feel comfortable unless I know them all really, really well. Yeah, yeah, man. Jersey just didn't want to continue. I mean, Jersey were doing Last of Us. He just didn't want to do it anymore. After that 6th episode, he just didn't like it and didn't want to do it. So that's why we're doing Penny Dreadful now. And our last one, man, our episode 2 that we did yesterday, that one was kick ass. The first one was kind of shaky, um, it was kind of, but the one our episode 2 we did yesterday was really good. Yes, yes. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, true, true. It depends on the person too. I've seen some people that just sit there and, like I say, they do a lot of ooh, ah, stuff like that. They just don't know what to say without a script. They just do not know what to say. Discussion happening foremost anymore. You end up talking over people. But at the same time, if you get a panel going during a watch along, you can completely miss out on the movie. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's what I like about Jersey's panels. When he gets a panel going, a full panel, you'll have like 5, 6 people in there, and there's just you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get anything accomplished with that, man. This is actually the first time that I've seen it. He suggested it, and I watched the first episode, and I told myself, well, yeah, let me watch the first episode and see if I like it. I watched that first episode, and I got home and I said, yep, I watched it. Let's do it. So, and now here we are. Oh yeah, that show hooked me right away. But I didn't want to give him a solid yes until I watched it because I didn't know because everybody said it was good didn't mean I was gonna like it, but I did. Of course, I'm a big fan of the old classic Universal monsters and Hammer horror and shit like that too. She's looking really, really bad. Sandra, yeah. His dress, it just cushions, it just rips the fucking braid. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's a chick with a cute bosom and black cat, and she gets wiped out at the very beginning. Alice by a cemetery. She is the one that gets the knife through the back of the head and through the mouth, right? Yep, here it is. Oh yeah, she's a pretty little boob. But I digress. I'm getting sidetracked. Well, thank you, Spendy. Do you want me to call you Spendy Cakes or your Spendy or Cakes or you got a name you want me to call you or anything like that? By the way, Sean, man, my name is Keith. So if you want to call me Keith or you want to call me Gore, whichever, man. You know what I mean? Ninja knows what my name is. There's very few that I've given my name up to, but just Spendy, that'll work. Are you see you're a dude, okay? Spendy. Where did you get the Spendy Cakes name from? I am so curious. Yeah, she's looking now. There she is. She's pissed, man. No, we don't know why she's pissed. She just is. Well, well, anytime you're able to, Spendy, anytime you're able to join, you are more than welcome. You are always welcome. Anytime. So whenever you're able to, there's this guy with this beard, man. Something about this dude, man. This fucking dude. This guy with his beard, this psychologist. Something about him just pets me backwards, man. Yeah, keep. But everybody calls me Gore. You know what I mean? But either way, no matter. There's few people call me Keith. There's a few. Phil. Phil calls me Keith. Phil was one of the first people I met. Phil was one of my first mentors. Um, Phil's creepy vids. Um, I remember when I first got a channel together. I was joining his chat, and he called me on Instagram and asked me when I was going to do content. And he's the one that pushed me to start doing content. And my very first thing I ever did was a review of my cushiony type Breath of Teeth Part 2 German media book. So the first couple things I did was a couple of media book videos, and they were like 2.5 minutes each, man, because I was so nervous. And friends call me Spendy. My friend called me Spendy Case, and thought it was funny. Thought, cool, there you go, man. There you go. I've had many names. Um, when I was a musician back in the day, when I was a lead screamer for a heavy metal band back when I was young. I went by Keith, and I used my mom's maiden name of Lowe, so I was Keith Lowe. When I was a professional wrestler for 12 years, an independent professional wrestler, I traveled the Indies, over 500 matches and over 17 championships. I wrestled Jake the Snake Roberts in a four-way dance in April of 2001. My name was Ruin. And then when I started this channel, since I have agoraphobia, I'm agoraphobe. So there you go. Yeah, I started on the tag team called the Gutter Punks, and it was me and my best friend Shiloh, and his name was Gutter. He's Gutter, and I was Ruin, so we were Gutter and Ruin, the Gutter Punks. Yes, I also did a tag team match, a three-way dance tag team match with the Bushwhackers. So that was interesting because the main dude that I worked for in Marion, Indiana, main dude that I worked for, that promoter, pissy ass promoter that he was, um, liked to hire what we call the big guns, which was the old guy. And in the late '90s and early 2000s, those big guns like Bushwhackers and Jake the Snake and all of them, and King Kong Bundy and all of them, they were still really active. So yeah, yeah, Jake. That's back when Jake had a crack problem. Yeah, watched him down a fifth of 100 proof peppermint schnapps and smoke I don't know how much crack before a match. It was a four-way dance. It was me, him, a guy that they called Bob, and another and this black dude that they called himself Big Cheese. And we were all concerned because Jake was intoxicated. But Jake did good. Yes, yes, yes. Me and Jake won the match. My finisher was the flying headbutt from the top rope, not because Benoit did it, but because my kid did it. And of course, Jake's was DDT. He DDT'd Bob. I did the flying headbutt on a Big Cheese, and we pinned them both at the same time, 1, 2, 3. Because Jake was only there for that one show, so we weren't going to let him leave with the championship, which I had at the time. So yeah. April, goddamn, I can't remember the exact date. April 12th, April 4th, something like that, 2001. And it was a wrestling federation called the EWF. They're defunct now, and they have been for many years. But if you search real hard, you can find it. It's the Extreme Wrestling Federation out of Marion, Indiana. Look for Ruin. That's me. Hard to find shit on it nowadays. But if you search hard enough and know how to, you can find it. Now, see, they just kind of appear and disappear, man. These aren't just zombies, man. These fuckers, they're like supernatural zombies, man. I mean, Fulci didn't want. See, he'd already done zombies. See, the year before, but he wanted supernatural zombies. They're like possessed, you know what I mean? Because it's all about the gates of hell, right? So, you know, because this film doesn't explain much. So I come up with the shit in my own head. And as far as I'm concerned, these zombies are possessed by fucking demons. Yeah, Russell Jake Snake in a four-way dance. He was fucked up, but you know, this point where his belly's getting to be he wore shirt shit. He didn't have a snake anymore, so the promoter there in town had put an ad in the paper, looking for someone with an albino python. And this guy brought in an albino python. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, I worked Jake, and like I said, me and my partner we worked bushwhackers. I met a bunch of other people, but that's the only people that I actually worked. Yeah, man, that's the thing about especially this one and the Beyond. You can really like everybody you talk to has a different idea of what is going on and what it's actually about and why this person does this or that. You know, which is a pretty cool place to be, really. But you can't do that with just any genre or any subgenre of film or any filmmaker's films. You can't do that. But with Fulci there for around 80, 81, you could do that because you had your Italian giallos, which was not definitely not Fulci. Fulci did not do giallo. Closest to it maybe was New York Ripper, maybe closest to giallo. Oh yeah, this one and the Beyond even more, man. You know even less of what's happening Beyond, but it's just so fucking cool, man. The visuals are cool. You know what I mean? And it's just you just don't really give a shit, you know what I mean? Because it's just cool and entertaining and fun to watch and so forth, you know. So you know you're a damn good filmmaker if you can make a film and the people watching it aren't exactly sure what's going on or why, but they're still enjoying the shit out of it. You know, you're a damn good filmmaker. You know, it's like with this, you know what's going on why. Then again, at the same time, you have no idea why. You do, but you don't. I'm looking forward to doing Duckling. Don't torture stuff. It's a very, very underrated Fulci film. It's never talked about, and it's one of his earliest Italian horror films. I think it was his second one, right after Lizard Skin, Woman in Lizard Skin. I think it was right. I think it was the second one after that. Remember before that, I think he worked with Baba and all of them. Did I know he did Italian spaghetti westerns. Fulci did before he started in comedies and shit. He, you know, before he delved into horror, before he found his niche. Bob is overlooked and underrated now too, man. That upsets me. 'Cause Bob made, you know, in my opinion, one of the best, you know, anthologies ever made. Not to mention Bay of Blood. Bay of Blood has been ripped off by so many different filmmakers, it ain't even funny. People say Psycho is the first slasher and all that. No, not in my opinion. My opinion, the first actual slasher was Bay of Blood. But that's just my opinion. Psycho wasn't a slasher, man. I don't find Black Christmas to be a slasher. Of course, my son disagrees with me. We argue about this all the time. I, my idea of slashers are very definitive. I mean, you know, like fuck, man, Kill Baby Kill. I mean, you know, Baba did some good shit, man. Hatchet with Honeymoon. You know his Let me see. Yeah, I got some shit here talking about Baba. Yeah, I was talking about that Giordano Sacchetti, the screenplay writer that worked and did all these movies with all these different filmmakers. He was working on one called Anomalia or something like that. I think it's how you pronounce it, with Baba in '79, but they didn't get to finish it because Baba died. He was making it with Mario Bava and Roger Corman in '79, but they didn't get to finish it because Bava died. There's a little bit of trivia for those of you who didn't know that. And also, there's another bit of trivia. Christopher George played a prank on Fulci in this. You know, right after the maggot scene where all the maggots fly in, they're covering them, which are real maggots. Um, Fulci always carried around his pipe, and he had it in his jacket. But when he wasn't looking, and Christopher George put a bunch of those maggots in his pocket. So when he reached in to grab his pipe, Fulci grabbed a handful of maggots. Yes. Yeah, we lost Chris. Speaking of Christopher George, we lost him. It's a sad day. I like Christopher George. You trying to tell me to hold off on the on the stories and trivia for a minute, Sean, so we could catch the third act, the last act here? Was that your nice way of telling me? And in my opinion, this is absolutely fucking terrifying. I mean, look at this shit. This makes the underground scene in House of Thousand Corpses look like nothing. I mean, you got fuckers just coming up out of no motherfucker, coming up out of webs. And then there's that music. There's where you can tell it's the same dude that did the music on Zombie. It's that beat. Hey, you still there, Spendy? Are you still there, Ninja? 5 sets of eyes that I know are looking at us right now, so I know a couple of you are still there. Because Sean's right, we're in the last act here. We're at a minute 26, almost a minute, or an hour 26, almost an hour 27. And they're underground here, and it's terrifying down there. He's really. All right, man. Cool, man. Yeah. Look forward to seeing you, man. Take care, brother. These ones on the ground here kind of put you in mind of burial ground. Man, that's gruesome. I love the bleeding eyes, man. That is really cool. That's a cool effect. Cool effect. No CGI here, folks. He said, "Fuck you! I'm just gonna stab you with this cross. Take that. Fuck off." He's like a whole motherfucker. Yeah, that was great, man. Hell yeah, great set design, man. Fantastic job. Fantastic work. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Burial Ground had a lot of that too, man. As I was, when they were walking out of the ship, they looked. I mean, they looked all fucked up. Like the Burial Ground zombies, man. They looked. I mean, they looked like some old ass zombies. Wasn't no blue kick makeup on them, man. They were like skeletons and shit. My subtitle said dark haunting music. It's been a oh, the magazine. This built on is just a heap of pile of fucking burning black. You know, that fire went out quick too, man. It's like, man, put some shit on and keep the fire going. And then even the ashes kind of crazy. It's like the shit aged real quick. You know what I mean? It's like we went through like fucking decades. I wasn't sure about this ending part, but I see a thing where Fulci was talking about this. Why you hear what you hear and why they start screaming when the little boy starts running toward them. Right here, when they see him, they're all happy to see him, and he starts running toward them, and it slows down and shit, and you hear and they scream. Fulci Fulci said what it was. Supposedly when he got to him, he was one of the zombies. He was one of the dead. That's the explanation Fulci gave. That the boy was one of them. So it wasn't over at all. That's what the man said. Who all we still got here? Mindy's gone. Oh man. Yeah. Next Monday night will be the Beyond, which is part two of the Gates of Hell trilogy. Um, Tomorrow night I will be right here doing at 10 p.m. Eastern Time doing the Lost Boys with Ocean Chicks Films, Karen from Ocean Chicks Films. So that should be fun. Wednesday, I will be with Sean and it JT or yeah, which channel am I going to, man? Wednesday night to do Maniac Cop. Okay, very cool, cool, man. Where exactly is my destination? Who's the third person Wednesday night? Just want to make sure that I got it right. I don't want to say the wrong shit and sound stupid. But yeah, it'll be my first vampire film tomorrow night. It'll be Lost Boys, and I will have a guest, and I will be the next two nights in a row after this. I will actually won't it won't be solo. It'll be me. It'll be me collabing with people. So tomorrow night with Karen here with the Lost Boys. Wednesday night it will be on Sean Blue Digital's channel. We'll be doing Maniac Cop. Yeah, be me, Sean, and JT at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Thursday night we'll be back here, where my son and I will be doing a review and a dive and discussion into the Black Coat's Daughter from A24 Films. Um, Friday night I won't be doing anything except we're working on getting this damn man horror for roll out like I've been trying to. Saturday I may either do a collection room, or there's a couple of things I want to show off that I haven't showed off yet. Maybe a couple of NECAs. Maybe if I get them in, maybe a big Blu-ray haul. Sunday night, I will be on American Werewolf in New Jersey's channel, and we'll be doing episode 3 of Penny Dreadful. And then, like I said, next Monday will be at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Will be part 2 of the Gates of Hell trilogy, Fulci's The Beyond. So I hope everybody had a good time. Hope everybody enjoyed City of the Living Dead. How could you not, man? It's just complete bedlam. It's just really out there, and the Beyond's even more out there. So yeah. I'm gonna do I'm actually gonna do a couple uploads rather than live. I'm gonna try to upload a little more. Maybe do some reviews. I'm actually pretty good at reviewing. I just haven't done it so damn long, except for with my son with age 24. But yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Everybody have a great fucking night. Kick some ass. Get some sleep. Eat something. Have sex. Something really cool. I'll see you guys tomorrow night at 10 o'clock here with Karen from Motion Chicks Films. Don't you fucking forget that I am Gorphobe. Oh, watch my interview with Motion Chicks Films. Go over there and check out that fucking interview. Give it a view. Give her a sub if you haven't. I am Gorphobe, and you are not. Have a great night, you guys.